Okay, so continuing my Goldfinch whistle series, I have the Goldfinch Alto A, also sometimes referred to as a Mezzo A, as in the case of the Carbony. And this one is, I feel like the bore is getting a little bit wide, but it's still an excellent whistle. And again, I've got a Shearwater, a Reviol, a Goldie, two Burkes, an aluminum and a brass, and then my Carbony A, my newest edition, or one of my newest editions. And so I've got them arranged in, again, roughly order of price. I'm not 100% sure where some of these fall on there, but so here's the Goldfinch. see it's a very different tone, like a softer, rounder, like a less focused, but a little bit more mellow. So here's the Reviol. And again, I've talked about this in other videos, but you can, this is part of a set. So I have an E, F, G, and A body. So this is the A body. Here. Sometimes certain whistles, if you anchor down here or get too close to it, when you're trying to hit that top note, it'll drop back down. So that is the case, I believe, with the Reviol. See, Reviol. Again, I really love the tone on the Reviol. It's just, sometimes it's a harder whistle to play. Here's the Goldie. This is a hard blower. I was trying for a Brian Finnegan whistle. I personally wish I'd gotten a medium blower, like all my other Goldies. breeze. So this one I'm having some trouble with clogging, and I think that I don't know exactly whether it's just because it's a hard blower or what, but I like the handling on it a lot. It's very air efficient. There's a lot of, I can push a lot, but this one I just have trouble with, and I said I don't think it's a knock on the Goldie whistles. I think it's just this whistle in particular. We've never really gotten along. So at some point, I did put in an order, tried to, for a soft blowing A, and eventually I would like to get one. But really, if you want a Goldie whistle, you have to give them a phone call, and I hate making phone calls. So so I have two Burke whistles. I've got a brass Burke without a thumb hole, and I have an aluminum Burke with a thumb hole that I have stopped up with a little bit of hot glue because my thumb was slipping off of it, and it's kind of awkward, but it's okay. And they play differently, and see both of them, yeah. I don't know which one I prefer. I bought the aluminum first, and I saw the brass without the thumb hole, and I thought, ooh, I want the brass one. And I bought that one intending to sell the aluminum, but they play differently enough that I couldn't decide between the two of them. So at some point I probably will. I have too many A whistles. I'll probably sell one of them, but still working through that. So here's the brass. Oh, and I don't know if it's the material. In my experience, the brass has always been mellower and slightly quieter, less resonant than the aluminum. But I had someone else tell me that they had a brass low D that was louder than the aluminum low D. So I don't know whether I just, mine's, if it's a coincidence. But I've had a C. I've had two C's, one brass, one aluminum, and the C was a little bit quieter. A little bit nicer on the top end, but not as resonant on the bottom. And I have the same thing with the A whistle. So there's good and bad things about both of them, I guess, or positives about each one. So here's the brass. really solid A whistle. Here's the aluminum. Both of them because they are very similar. So the aluminum's a little bit louder, a little bit more resonant, on, especially on the bottom end. And well, I'll go ahead and so again on the F, I noted that the design was very similar looking for the Goldfinch and the Burke, and you can see how they look a little bit more different here. Looks like longer wind wave, but let me just show you the okay. So you can see a little bit of similarity between the two. And finally, my Carbony, and this is the latest Carbony that I got from the contest. I got $100 off, so I went ahead and picked up the Mezzo A, and this has actually turned out to be one of my favorite Carbony whistles. It's got more resonance on the bottom than a lot of my other ones, and it just plays really well. So it has become one of my very favorite A whistles. So. there you go. Bunch of really nice Alto / Mezzo A whistles. So I hope that's helpful.